Hello everyone and welcome to another Modswell video. As promised, this time I'm going to be taking a look at my graphics load order. Before moving on to something a little bit more magical, I'm using a bunch of fan favourites and so far it's been running really well, a nice smooth experience. As always, if you're running an edit of this order or have any suggestions for anyone thinking of playing with it, then please leave that in the comments so others can see the edits. I kinda see my orders as half of the battle. They're my interpretation, but together we can 100% make something better than this using it as a base, and I will stick around in the comments to help people do exactly that. For now though, the main focus I had was creating a Skyrim that to me was graphically beautiful. Going in I had a rough idea of what I wanted to use, but every week a mod would come out for me to test, and from time to time I was forced to rethink my plans, which is obviously a good thing because that shows we are still getting hugely worthwhile mods, even to this day. There are also some mods that I always want to include in a graphic order, that due to size constraints and a desire to make it fun to play and or stable, I left them out. For example, I had a temptation to use the beauty of Skyrim, which makes all of the NPCs look next gen. However, it costs 1 GB and it has a fair few conflicts that make it a little harder to use. With things like this in mind, I stuck to 1K textures, which whilst not as pretty as 2 or 4K variants, they do keep the cost down and they allow you to use more mods. I also avoided using city edits as I wanted to use immersive citizens. This is a really popular mod, but can have issues if you're not preparing for it with your order. So it was about time that I show people how I use it when I choose to. Obviously city edits are extremely popular, and if you wanted to go that way, I'd advise removing IC, but bear in mind it does make the game look more beautiful, from travelling the roads with people actually on them, to seeing life take effect in the cities or their establishments. I also opted to keep down spawn counts and world edits. Whilst I do think these make the world look better, they can cause issues or slow the game, and I really wanted this to be stable and smooth. That means there is a lot of wiggle room for you all to play around with in your iteration of the order. I've left enough room for you to do exactly that. But that's enough about what I haven't done. Let's talk about a few mods that I am using. Skyrim has some of the coolest area designs, and personally, the forests for me are the best parts. I love playing in the forests, and with that in mind, I'm using a fairly large Flora setup. SFO Definitive is my go-to here. The variance and high quality made it a must use. I also decided to top these trees off with pinery texture to take the leaves to the next level. However, there is a 4K option you could take here that I actually mentioned in my last video. Finally for the trees, I'm using Aspens Ablaze, which is honestly the best FPS mod for the Rift. Not only does it look fantastic, but it's also making the gameplay really smoothly in a more problematic area. I have my Discord to thank for letting me know this a while ago. I believe it was my moderator Brim, who better be watching. But none of this is complete without a good grass or flora retexture. In this instance, I spent out the big data on the grasses your mother warned about by Pyrock. Again, I've done a video on this, but as a reference, these grasses are amazing. Variants all across the map, top quality textures and well thought out regional grasses. They're also performance friendly for anyone playing at 30 FPS. However, for those trying for 60, the top end does get affected by these, so you might want to save some data and performance and go for a lighter setup. But for many, these are going to be the best grasses available. When it came to the other flora like the flowers, we have 2 amazing options on Xbox. Renthals is really nice, but once again I've decided to go for Mari's Flora all-in-one. There's no particular reason I went this way, as both are as good as each other in my opinion. It was really just a coin flip whilst making the order. I prefer the mountain flowers of Mari's and the ivy of Renthal. Other than that, I can't choose between the 2. Leave a comment with what one you've chosen down below. Landscapes wise, I've topped this off with Tamrielic Textures Landscapes 1K. Again, these are my favourites. The roads blend so nicely with the landscapes and have a really nice colouring. Alongside Aspens Ablaze and those grasses, I'm not sure you're going to find a nicer blend of colours that match this well. However, I'm not a huge fan of the mountains on console, so I've decided to overwrite those with Granite Mountains. I did this because I love their colouring. The LOD is outstanding and the textures up close look fantastic, but you could save yourself some space by leaving this option out. There are also plenty of other options out there too, and Majestic would be a great alternate for those who prefer it. With LOD in mind, I also decided to use Realistic Water 2 for the first time in a while. It is a great water mod, but usually I side with Cathedral because I like the look and I love the cost. But this is about graphics, so I really had no choice but to opt for the big boy. When it came to buildings, I had to choose an architecture mod that suited these styles too, and once again I've gone for Tamriel Retextured Architecture 1K. I like the semi-dilapidated, lived-in feel these have to offer. They also really suit the SMIN 1K mod and have the roadside walls matching really well. I definitely have a really particular style, so you will have seen me use a ton of these mods before. The same can be said when it comes to clothing, armour and weapons. Here I had chosen the variations file to cover what people were wearing. I love the mod because of variance and quality, but just before making this video a 1K version was released and that let me claw back nearly 400 megabytes. I used that to get the weapons I wanted, and honestly, I have been a little bit basic here, I'm using Old Kingdom. But let's be fair, for overall coverage and design, I think this is likely the best setup. The only thing I would maybe add into this section is guard armor overhaul and maybe some Civil War armors to change the boring copy and paste setups a little bit. Overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out though, so I'm not too worried. But do let me know what you like to use and maybe I'll throw it into my next build, which by the way is going to be a mage load order. I'm also really happy with my characters. Naturally, I have a few things designed for Jerial, or as I've been recently told to call him, Geralt of Riverwood, who is my character. These include a separate hair file and Eyes of Aber, so I can get the look right. You can save some space by ignoring this though. What's most important here is Jarl's character overhaul. This is fully changing up the frames and character textures from the top of their head right down to their feet, including skin textures, eyes, beards, brows and hair. It is going to set you back over 200 megabytes, but so would anything with this level of coverage, and as it's an all-in-one mod, realistically I think this is the top option. I mentioned earlier, to truly look next gen, you'd want to be using the beauty of Skyrim. That includes all of the top round picks and places them onto every NPC in the game. Realistically, it is a better option, however it costs 800 megabytes more and doesn't actually cover as much. It leaves out body meshes and textures, meaning you'd likely have to spend between 1 and 200 megabytes to get the job done fully. If you have the space and you want that look though, it is worthwhile and it makes a 10-year-old game look like it was designed far more recently. It's actually a big hope of mine that one day Apache Skyhair and KS hairdos will be put onto every NPC in one mod. A decent selection from both packs to totally overwrite the vanilla styles. This will likely cost hundreds of megabytes and I would always use it, but maybe that's just me. What is a mod that you dream of seeing on console or even PC? It's always fun trying to draw out the words on a video like this, so there's likely a lot of waffle in here, but I hope I've explained some choices I've made in a way that you can choose what's best for yourself. Orders are superbly subjective, and we have over 16,000 options to play with, but I'm always around to help craft or talk mods with people. For the best results though, I would come and join the Discord server, where not just me but tons of extremely helpful and knowledgeable people are around to help. Although leaving comments does really help me, so I also wouldn't complain about that. To keep up to date with modding, I also advise checking out the Skyrim Xbox mods subreddit, which has nearly 10,000 players talking mods and sharing ideas. Being part of communities like this makes your life so much easier because of our combined knowledge and time means we've likely tested lots of mod combinations and can let you know how it's going to go. You'll find a link to these, plus the order how I have it, as well as my load order spreadsheet, which should be complete with links, and a ton of other options for playstyles should you be interested in those, in the description below. But for now though, I am going to call it. If you have any suggestions for a mage build, then please leave them in the comments section. I also want to thank everyone who's watched this far into the video, as average time is seriously important to the algorithm, as are likes, comments and of course the all important subscriptions. I'm trying to reach 10,000 before my birthday in February. That's a goal I've set for myself, so any help with that is massively appreciated. But either way, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.